Welcome to this video on WikiTree Sources. As you may already know, there are lots of different ways of documenting sources on your profiles. This is going to highlight one method. It uses just a simple and copy and paste, so it should be very easy. On the left hand side of the screen here is a normal WikiTree category called source. This is where all the sources are located. It's a regular category that you might have seen for any other category on WikiTree. If I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see the hundreds of sources all listed here. They're all alphabetized. There's only 200 items listed on a category page, so you have to page through to see them all. So up here they're a little better organized. I call these free space categories. They're not categories at all, they're free space profiles, so that they have profile manager, they have trusted list, security, privacy rather, all the normal things that free space profiles have, but they're used here to organize sources. As you can see here, they're organized by location. So you can go to a particular area and see what sources are available. The sources that you're going to find here are not going to be things like individual wills or birth certificates, but they're published works, magazines, books. Some of them can be rather old. Most of the stuff that's here is out of copyright and is freely available online. This is meant just to be able to organize those, be able to work together in the WikiTree environment on these different sources, problems, new versions of these sources, revisions, etc. As I said, they're broken down by area, but there's also an uncategorized source. That is, they just don't fit nicely into any geographical area. There's also databases, periodicals, and maybe one of the more interesting one is the family genealogies. So if we click on that, it takes you to a free space profile called Sources Family Genealogies, and in here is a long list of published genealogies, and hopefully this format is familiar to you. It's just the author, title, and publisher, and it's quite easy to search. Just do a Control F in your web browser, type in Howland for instance, and it takes you right to a source with Howland in the name. Now that's one method of finding things, but there's an easier method. If we come up here to any profile and do a surname search, Howland, of course the surname search finds all the people, all the profiles on WikiTree with that surname, but here in the green area, if there are any sources for that, you can see that source name right here. And if you click on it, it takes you right to information about that source. Now this is the exact same link that was on the previous page, so there are multiple ways of getting to this. If we look at the individual source, each source has its own free space page. There's information, of course, about the source, links to where online the sources are available, and citation examples and footnote examples. We'll get to that in a minute. The links to the sources are fully exposed, so you can see where you're going to, but more importantly, that is there so that if you find a new link to that book, or you think it's a new link, you can come here and compare it to the links that are already here. I would imagine in the future some of these links are going to become broken. They'll have to be repaired. New versions will come out of out of copyright and be available, so that they should be added in. Having the link fully exposed like this may be a little cryptic, but it allows us to maintain these links, add to them. As you can see here, there's 5 different copies of this book online already. So the way this works, once you find a source here in a profile, you can do a simple copy and paste and get it to a profile here on the right. I just have a blank profile up on the screen, and you go over to the citation example, highlight it, type Control-C on the keyboard to copy it, and then simply paste it in. So if I come down here and hit preview, there, that's what that source is going to look like in your profile. I usually clean that up a little bit. Well, let me explain it. Again, it's the author, the title, and publishing information. This is a link so that anybody that is looking at your profile can click on that link and open up a tab that takes you directly to that source information, which is this the screen on the left. So the information is all there. We can clean things up a little bit. I usually come over here and make a section called Sources and put an asterisk in front of it. Most sources have, or most profiles have several sources. Here this only has one, so maybe this isn't that important, but this is one way to clean it up. Now you may want to give more information about this source than simply the book information. So if I come over here and click on this Google book link, that will open up that source in your web browser. Click on the title, and now we can start thumbing through the pages. I click this little icon here to make it a little more exposed on the screen, and you can page through, you can search, you can do a lot of things with the page on Google Books. So here we are, we're on page 151. Let's say this is the specific page that we want to reference in our source. So I can come over here, and after the source information in the profile, I can just say page 151. And that's how it's going to look in your profile. And now all online books have a way to directly access that specific page, and in Google Books it's this little link icon right here. I click on that. That highlights the link on the screen for me. I copy that over and put it in the profile. And the way you do a link in a profile is you put it in square brackets. So there's the link and page 151. So now I click preview, and that's how it's going to look in your profile. You have all the complete source information is referenced here, including a link to the WikiTree information, as well as a hot link here to that actual page. And if I click on that to show you, I just click on it, opens up a new tab, and it should take me directly to that page. And there it is. You can see the left and the right has the exact same information. So you're providing a lot of information to the person viewing this particular source. And of course you could add more sources, add more pages to this source. But what a lot of people are doing is using this source as a footnote. So let's come down here and add in some facts. Oops. Put in a biography, and let's say we want to put in a birth date. Let's just keep things simple. And I usually put 2 colons to indent it a little bit and say something like June 1st, 1835. All right, so there is the fact, and I want to reference it using that source. So I go back to the WikiTree page where I did the original copy and paste, and there's a footnote example here. So I copy that particular footnote next to the fact, change the page number to 151, and I hit preview, and this is the way it's going to look. There's the fact with the footnote. Now the footnote doesn't actually get exposed yet until we add in the wiki syntax to do that. So I usually make a footnote section, and then the wiki syntax, which is references, like so. Now, clicking preview, this is what the profile looks like. So we've got the biography, the birth date, with the footnote and the complete source information with the link to the WikiTree page for that source, the actual page in the document, and the footnote for that. The footnote uses the author's last name. So if I click on the footnote, it takes me right to that footnote citation at the bottom. If I click on the author's name, it pops me up the source up to the top. Now this is a rather small profile, so it's a little bit cumbersome, but you can imagine if you had a large profile, this would be an easy way to navigate between the footnote, the source, and the fact within the body of the biography. As always, if you have questions about this procedure, please go to the G2G forum and ask your question. It's a very active forum if you haven't been up there lately, and we can discuss any questions. If you see errors in these WikiTree profiles or want to add new ones, please contact the profile manager, or if you want to be on the trusted list. And that way you can see changes as they happen. Just ask the profile manager to be on the trusted list. All right, thank you for watching this video.